From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big Sunday morning on Mornings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 today. In this recording, we'll be going over that monthly stimulus check the Democrats still want you to have. That monthly check starting in the month of July. We'll go over how much you're going to get and when you're going to get it. Then the second part of this recording, we'll be going over the breaking news you're going to hear for the first time on Mornings LA as the president continues the two paths forward. Recon, where your stimulus is, and bipartisan, roads and bridges. In the third part of this video, we'll hear breaking news for the first time on Mornings LA explaining the tandemness or lack of tandemness of the two bills. We'll be explaining the voting process and the new twists happening this Sunday. We'll be cutting to fifth stimulus as well. That raises up your benefits lifetime and also gives you a fifth stimulus check. It's incredible great news, and it's later this fall. And then we turn to the big money that viewers continue to get. $5, $10, $15, $20,000 viewers continue to get. Today's your opportunity. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and the exciting great news, all breaking, starts right now on Mornings LA. Sunday morning. How I get doing? How's the weather? It's warming up here in LA. Oh, unfortunately, it's sunny and it's warmer and there's lack of wind. Not a laughing matter. Can we get some wind here? Hello, weather gods. Can we get some cool breezes in here? Hopefully the weather is good where you are. Tell me if you're in the live chat right now, where you're tuning in from. And how's the weather? In this fourth stimulus check update of 2021, this Sunday morning, we'll be going over the breaking news. We'll be going over that monthly stimulus check the Democrats still want you to have, how much you're going to get, and when they want you to have it. Then in the second part of this recording, we'll be going over the two-path process. Recon, path one, your money, and then path two, not your money, roads and bridges. Don't be selling me a bridge. I don't want one. And then the third part of this video, we'll be going over the voting process. It has a new breaking news development today as well. A lot of breaking news in this big recording this morning. Then we'll be cutting to fifth stimulus, who raises your benefits up a lifetime and gives you another stimulus check. Oh yes, I have all those details as well. And then we go over the big money that viewers continue to get. It's your opportunity to get this thousands, tens of thousands of dollars right now. And this is LALATE, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America, live in the morning and taped in the afternoons. Right after this broadcast is Mornings Crypto with breaking news across the board on the cryptocurrency space. I'll be live on air answering your questions in that big 30 minutes recording at about 2 minutes, 3 minutes after this video is over. So don't miss that video. And then after that is Noontime LA, live on air, direct from Santa Monica with the latest breaking news this morning. This afternoon, I'm back with Afternoons LA and Evenings LA, and then Overnights Crypto. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Hit that subscribe button right now and jump into the live chat, a subscriber chat right now. It's free to subscribe. Also, consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and pinned comment. And like this video, 3,000 likes. Every like delivers you a piñata with $12 ice cream inside? I don't know. I don't know what's in the piñata. They haven't told me yet. What's in the piñata? I don't know if there's a piñata. But there you go. Let's get into the fourth stimulus with those monthly stimulus checks starting right now, comparing the House versus Senate. Both monthly, but slightly different across the board. The details differ in both the number of checks and the monthly payouts. Here we go. House bill, pandemic plus 1 year monthly. Senate proposal, July to December. Let's go to the payouts. House, $2,000 first month, $1,000 thereafter. Senate, monthly, unknown, but word on the street, the Senate amount is this. Wow. Now that is deliciousness. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000. $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. Now, if you're in the live chat just after 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, get ready to vote House or Senate and tell me where you're tuning in from. But let's look at this. Well, they may contend, those legislators, that the pandemic is over. If that's the case, then the House bill from Jalapa until it will be reduced to just 1 year of checks. which would be 12 months of checks, calculates out as $13,000. Let's compare that now to the Senate. 6 months? I think you have an opinion. Jump in the live chat right now and vote House or Senate. Vote House or Senate right now and tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. It's free to jump in the live chat. Just subscribe to this channel. There you go. Wow. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? Democrats represent everyone who got a third stimulus check gets a fourth stimulus check. Single individuals, $75,000 or less, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 or less, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Double it. Family of four, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or railroad benefits, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is the same amount for everyone. The fourth stimulus check would come in as non-income, so it's not taxable. Great news there. And the fourth stimulus check is a monthly stimulus check. It's not a waivable check. It does not come in waves. So if you see the stimulus check at the Sunday brunch buffet and say, hey, check, how are you doing? You getting the veal piccata? And the check doesn't wave back, say, well, piccata you. Don't be rude to the check. The check can't wave. And don't be invoking, Italian expressions. Piccata you. It's not a waivable check. The fourth stimulus check would be waving to you in the month of July. No, not waving to you. Coming to you in the month of July for the month of July. And in the month of August for the month of August with a side of some piccata. With the piccata. The Democrats represent the fourth stimulus check would come in the month of July for that fourth stimulus vote by July 4th. There you go. That is the first of your 3 parts update of your fourth stimulus check in this recording. But the second part goes over the breaking news. The president walking back some comments about that vetoing of the 2-path process. Remember, there's 2 paths of fourth stimulus. Your recon, which is in fourth stimulus, and everything not about you is somewhere else. But will there be a veto evoked? I'll explain the breaking news from the president announced minutes ago. And in the third part of this video, we'll be going over whether the 2 paths are linked or not linked. I'll explain the voting twists heating up and a surprise as your villainous of 2020 could be your hero, your Laura Croft of 2021. You're going to be very surprised what I'm going to reveal and the shocking developing details later in this video. OMG. But first, let's get a preview of the second half of this video. And it's fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus heats up this fall with raising up your benefits lifetime and applying a new benchmark. That benchmark is inflation. Well, we'll be going over the breaking news from Jay Powell, the Federal Reserve, and also the Labor Department late Friday that signals your benefits could be going up very high, plus a fifth stimulus check for everyone. Oh, yes, it's wonderful. What's more wonderful than that? Some money. Let's get some money. It's Sunny Monday. It's Money Sunday, and let's get it. If you're new to this channel, that's what I do. I get people money. This is not a channel to go and ask what day in July are you getting a check. This is a channel to say, when am I getting to get $5, $10, $20,000? Because I congratulate the viewers this last week. 2 viewers got over $10,000 for this money I'm going to go over. The week before that, 1 viewer got $5,000. Viewers daily are getting fortunes. So get a pen and paper ready. And if it must be a Crayola crown, is this Cardinals red? Well, don't be asking me if it's Cardinals red, because then you need to ask me if it's KC blue. I see what you're doing. Get a pen and paper ready, because I'm going to go over a lot of money you can get right now. We're going to go over the third stimulus money from rent, utilities, mortgages, and also homeowners' utilities. It's coming back from the federal government. This is what I do. I got viewers $25 million of EIDL loans last year to save their businesses, their homes, and also their employees' homes. But in fall of 2020, it was a lot now when we were waiting for stimulus to pass. That was second stimulus. Now we're waiting for fourth stimulus. And I got viewers $250,000 of rent, like Tyrone, $15,000 for the family of 4. Well, I'm back doing it right now. So get that pen and paper ready. And if it's a crown, well, is this Cardinals red? You never ask if it's Cardinals red, but you always ask if it's Royals blue. I see what you're doing. I'm not going to play that game. I am not going to, be evoking one city versus another. this channel. Let's go over the big money. You're going to reach out to different places for this big money. You're going to reach out to your city hall, and also other places, but they all have different eligibility. So if one says no, reach out to the next. They all have their own pot of money. All right, you ready? You're going to reach out to your city hall, your city housing authority, your county hall, your county housing authority, your state hall, your state housing authority. The keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, rent assistance because of COVID, or mortgage assistance because of COVID. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or Mitch's aerobics class. What? He does aerobics? Yeah, they just don't know that. I don't know that. I don't want to know that. So don't say words they don't know. And congratulations to the viewers, again, who got $12,000 and $10,000 for this last week. Tim and Linda got money as well, but the next part of the money is wonderful. It's SNAP. What is SNAP? It is money coming back from Department of Agriculture for your food. They're paying for your food. It's wonderful. Lynn Glenn got it for herself, her son, and her mom. And congratulations to Lynn. I guess she got through that horrible tornado activity well. There was all that horrible tornado activity in the Midwest. So thank you for sending your kind wishes to her and her family. And then Gail got it as well. And 2 weeks ago, one viewer got $5,000 for this. And the week before that, another viewer got $6,000 to $7,000. It's wonderful. How do you get it? Reach out to Department of Agriculture. Reach out to Department of Agriculture. Eligibility is about the same as a stimulus check. How much does it pay? A fortune. So much money. A family of 4 in Hawaii now gets upwards of $16,000 a year. Wow. Why so much money? Why does that family of 4 in Hawaii get $16,000 a year? Because of 2 wonderful executive orders, one from Biden and one from Trump, that raise your benefits up nationally 15% between now and December. So go get it. You're killing it. I'm killing it. You're killing it. $15,000, $16,000 for rent for a family of 4 in Hawaii. $5,000 for rent. You're killing it. Everyone's killing it. Except the check, and you're making a mess in the breakfast buffet. Just get out of here. Well, what's better than this? We're going to get big money, and it's $5,000 coming back from your states. One viewer got $5,000 from it. What is it? States have been identified as owing you money. The federal government has stepped in and noticed that state had overpaid you due to computer error, unemployment benefits, and then asked you to return the money back, which you did. Well, the federal government has said, no, that was the citizens' money to keep, and has now ordered the states to return that money back to you. Wow. One viewer got $5,000 for this. Where are you getting it? To direct deposit with that account you have on file with your state. When are you getting it? Well, reach out to your state and ask them, when is that check coming that's due to me due to your computer error? And can you track it with a computer that actually works, please? And then finally, the last pot of the money, which is wonderful, it's coming back from IRS. If you got any money from this channel, jump in the live chat right now, because it inspires me. It inspires other viewers. Every time there's someone that says, I got $200 for SNAP a month, or I got $100 for rent, I got $5,000 for rent. It just inspires us. We all do a little victory dance. And there's always that viewer that's a little bit shy, that doesn't want to say, I got $6,000 for rent. Say it. We all celebrate in each other's achievements on this channel. It inspires everyone else. This next part of this money is the money coming back from IRS, the refund check. Cod got it, Margaret got it, Michael got it. How much is it? It's a lot. Let's go over how much, when, and where, and everything you need to know. First, let's say you had $9,000 of unemployment benefits. You paid $5,000 tax bill, of which $4,000 was your taxes on unemployment benefits. You're getting back $4,000. Where? Direct deposit, if that's what you had on file. Otherwise, in the mail. When? This month. And can you track it? Yes. You can go to irs.gov and set up a username and password and do a transcript search. 70% of the time it will work. And you will be surprised what it will reveal. It will reveal the tax return you filed, the taxes you paid, World Series in 2 games. Yeah, I'm not going there. And it will reveal, really, what is the secret ingredient to $12 ice cream? And finally, when are you getting that refund check? All that wonderful news. Can we top that? We can, as we go out now into our second of our third-part update of your 4th stimulus check of 2021, starting right now. Well, here we go. We, a week ago today, had a recon bill. Or a recon path, I should say, not an actual bill, but a recon path that had your stimulus checks in there. And now, a week later, it's still there. It's still there. So what changed in this week? What changed in this week is the following. Over the last 2 weeks, Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi were having meetings with the president saying that recon that has so much stuff in there is a little bit too large. I think we need to spin some stuff off. Sort of like a TV sitcom that has too many cast members, we need to spin off a few of them in their own show, their own spin-off show. And by Wednesday night, they had another meeting with the president, said, I think it's time to spin it off. And the president said, okay, the spin-off will have stuff that doesn't concern you and me, because we don't own them. Roads and bridges. The spin-off would be roads and bridges, but all your stuff would stay where it was. And it still is where it is. And that created the two-path approach, officially announced on Thursday. All your stuff is still on the recon. But path two, the spin-off, bipartisanship. The original recon had a spin-off announced on Thursday, which is number 2, the bipartisan spin-off. So what is in the recon? Everything that was there before. For stimulus, your checks, climate, the CARES economy, checks for a lot of massive things, check after check after check, checks for families, lots of massive other checks as well. What was spun off into that bipartisan? Stuff you and I don't know, don't own. Roads and bridges. Unless you own a bridge, I don't want to buy it, so don't offer it to me. Don't sell me your bridge. I don't want your bridge. Bipartisan is roads and bridges. So to recap, on Thursday, they announced that they would be spinning off from the recon the bipartisan, which has roads and bridges, and all your stuff stayed where it was. Why did this suddenly become much better for you and me? Because of the following. Suddenly, all the progressive policies, the money that goes to an American citizen, stayed in recon and only is in recon. And nothing else was in recon but that. Suddenly, the recon got its real clear identity. Money for you. And that roads and bridges was somewhere else, finally away from your money and your items. It made it all very clear. I describe it as sort of like Fort Knox or a medieval fort. Suddenly, the progressive policies were all in that fort, which was there before. But everything that had nothing to do with progressive policies was gone. Roads and bridges. So do we have bills? We do not yet have bills. Those bills would ultimately look like this. A reconciliation progressive, a reconciliation procedural bill, a reconciliation substantive bill, and a bipartisan. To recap, two paths, recon and bipartisan. Your stuff is in the recon, and their stuff and the roads and bridges are in the bipartisan. Now, ironically, the Friday a week ago, not this last Friday, but the Friday before that, we had almost a spoiler that there was going to be a spinoff. How do we have that spoiler? From Jalopal. Jalopal had that incredible comment with Brian Schatz, Democrat of Hawaii, that basically said that they were protecting with the president and the president was protecting with them all the progressive policies. The quotes basically said that Jalopal was protecting the president's climate and CARES economy, two very big progressive policies. There you go, climate. And that the president was protecting their progressive policies, which include checks. Now we suddenly understand how they were protecting it by removing from the fort the stuff that doesn't concern you and me. Concerns roads and bridges. Wow. How did we get to that wonderful spot? Well, we got to that wonderful spot with Jalopal. Jalopal had written a letter to Leader Schumer saying, call the vote, Chuck. Call the vote. Well, that letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, who were among 100-plus House Democrats who had written to the president a letter a week earlier saying they're going to be putting 4 stimulus checks into the 4th stimulus package. Wow, now that's wonderful news. Can we top that? We can. As the President of the United States received another letter from 7 House subcommittee members, who I'm going to refer to later in this video, who wrote the president and said, we're going to be writing your 4 stimulus checks, monthly reoccurring stimulus checks in the 4th stimulus package. Wow. Now, who are these people? They wrote your first stimulus check, they wrote your second stimulus check, they wrote your third stimulus check, and they represent their writing your monthly 4 stimulus checks as well. Wow, can we top that? We can. They also say they're writing your 5th stimulus checks. OMG. Can we top that? We can. As 2 weeks ago, yesterday, the president went overseas and got fourth stimulus, recon, to the edge of the finish line by getting an international agreement across the board. Remember, and this is where it's now becoming so much clearer, recon, path number one, is paid for by corporate taxes, not bipartisanship. Bipartisanship doesn't touch taxes. Rather, recon is paid by raising corporate taxes. Well, what's exciting about this is that the president anchored it to the finish line. What did he do? When he had first announced recon for stimulus, he had said, well, I'm raising the U.S. corporate tax rate, but I'm worried that corporations may move overseas to where there's a lower corporate tax rate. So I'm going to reach out to those other countries to see if they'll raise their corporate tax rates so that businesses won't flee to those countries that have lower rates. And those countries tentatively said yes. To which he reached out to his staff and said, staff, let's meet those countries in December and bring them some of Jill's potpourri. But someone on the staff said, Mr. President, you're bringing them potpourri in July. People like potpourri in July. Oh, really? Or June? Really? And then 2 weeks ago, he went overseas and surprised us all and got them to sign on the dotted line about the corporate tax rate internationally, which anchored for stimulus recon to the edge of the finish line because now it's easier to pass recon path one with the Democrat caucus because international taxes are no longer needed in the recon. They're in the international agreement. Wow. Now that's wonderful news. Can we top that? We can. As over this weekend and late yesterday, the President of the United States gave us another major update. And that major update is that he is fully supporting the recon and the bipartisan. In new comments released over Saturday night, the President of the United States addressed the voting path, which I'm going to get to in the third part. But trust me, his comments about the recon were so emphatic. I don't think we've seen this level of emphaticness since Thursday, when the press secretary said the president's going to the mat for his recon. The president said, I am getting my recon and it is going to the final finish line and you are not going to get in the way of my recon. Wonderful, exciting news. Can we top that? Yes, with the volunteers. If you need help with rent, utilities, mortgages, or SNAP, reach out to the volunteers. They truly embody the Purple Power spirit. They can help you get that money across the board. How do you find them? Open the description of this video. Go down in the description and you'll find the volunteers at the emoji of a house and the word community page. Click the community page and it'll send you over to news.la.com/community. On the community page, you'll see the volunteers separated from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Reach out to them and they'll help you get rent, utilities, mortgage, internet, and all that wonderful stuff. Now, they cannot track for you a Santa Claus. They cannot tell you what's in $12 ice cream. They cannot get you tickets to Mitch's Lobster Bat Fast 2021, but they can certainly get you all that other money. And the second and the third part of this update, we're going to be going over the breaking news as the president talks about the tandem linking of the two paths, surprising details, and the big shocker. As your villainess from 2020 is your Laura Croft hero of 2021, get ready for those exciting details. You're going to be shocked in the second part of this fourth stimulus check update and fifth stimulus package. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. and then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Mornings LALATE. The toast is toasting, and the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing. I'm here, you're here, and boy, you are going to be surprised by the shocker that's coming up in the second half of this video about your fourth stimulus check update. I was shocked, and you're going to be shocked as well. Oh, wow. Also coming up is fifth stimulus, the raising up of your benefits, and another stimulus check. But first, subscribe. At 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Hit that subscribe button and jump in the live chat. That is subscriber chat right now. Also, like this video. 3,000 likes. Every like helps. And consider becoming a member. Stay with this stay on this channel. Mornings Crypto is right after the show. Thank you for making yesterday's Mornings Crypto our most watched ever. So join into Mornings Crypto, which starts 2 minutes after this video is over. And then we go into noontime at 11 a.m. Let's go to fifth stimulus first off the bat. A lot of stuff about fifth stimulus. First, Jay Powell, your head of the Federal Reserve on Wednesday, said some wonderful stuff about fourth stimulus and fifth stimulus. What did he say? He said we need to support this economy all the way to 2022. Wow. He said he will provide Fed stimulus all the way to January 2022. No shocker. I've had his comment from him. He has said the same comment over the last year. This is great, though, for fourth stimulus and fifth stimulus because they're later this year. Fourth stimulus now and fifth stimulus this fall, signaling Congress needs to do stimulus. Second, he also announced that the inflation rate will be at its highest level in December. Wow, this is the news we wanted. I'll go over that analysis 1 second. But first, fifth stimulus will have another stimulus check. Those House subcommittee members, which we talked about earlier in this video, say that they're writing a fifth stimulus check for 2022. The legislation for it would start September to October. The vote would be about November-ish, and the checks would be January-ish. And there you go. Second, the president has announced $1 billion allocated to the Social Security Administration so that viewers would no longer worry about where's your stimulus check from Direct Express by Comerica. All that mess from third stimulus would be gone. Fourth stimulus checks coming on time. Fifth stimulus checks coming on time. Any benefits checks coming on time. Now let's turn to that big reform of your benefits. It's this fall. And why is this news from Jay Powell so wonderful? Because we only were hoping for really 3 things. 1, they passed the bill. 2, that inflation hits its spike when they apply your benchmark of inflation in December. And 3, that the number is really high. And suddenly we have one of the 3 items. Let's go over how this calculates. First, they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new inflationary benchmark. They'll remove the asset limit, and then they'll apply the income exclusion and remove the marriage penalty. Incredible news across the board. Well, what's important to note about this is that there is so much wonderfulness in this calculation that you need to be ensured that you understand how it works. What starts at issue is first raising up everyone's benefits across the board. They'll start by first taking your benefits and raising them up a lifetime. Who's you? You. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, or survivor benefits, or Calcino benefits. Calcino benefits? Well, multiple benefits. Then they'll apply that benchmark. You know they apply the benchmark in December for every year's benefits next year. You understand that. They always apply it in December for the next year's benefits. You also know that the new benchmark will be inflation. That's easy. And you also know that inflation is going up. That's also easy. Well, how would this work out? First, they'll raise your benefits up. Then they'll apply that benchmark in December. Let's say it's 10%, as many analysts are saying, going from 4% to 10%. Your benefits would step up 10%, not just next year, but lifetime. This is huge. So if, let's say, next year inflation drops down to 2%, you'll be at plus 10 plus 2%. And the year after that, the inflation rate is at 1%, then you'll be at plus 10 plus 1 and plus 2%. It's wonderful news. Next, they're going to remove the asset cap dating back to a 1960s law, 80s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 in hand. Now you'll be able to have some stimulus checks in your hand and some Crayola crowns. For the Cardinals red? No, it's just red. Don't start that with me. Yeah, no one ever asks me if it's Cardinals red, but they always ask me if it's KC Royals blue. I see what you're doing. They're going to remove the income cap that prevents you from working. If you want to work, now you'll be able to work. And finally, they're going to remove the marriage penalty. Love is going to win, and you'll no longer fear marriage law penalties under the benefit system. Viewers like Rob and Sandy will be able to marry and no longer fear the loss of benefits due to the marriage penalty. And there you go. That is for stimulus. But boy, how are those viewers getting $5,000 from this channel, $6,000, $10,000, $11,000, $12,000? They're becoming members. The membership link's at the top of the chat in the pinned comment. Members are delivered daily from me, from the YouTube community page, a breakdown of all the money that's available for them under third stimulus. In January this year, I said, yeah, you'll be getting a $1,400 stimulus check, but you don't want to be sitting around wondering what day of the month of January or February or March you're getting the $1,400 stimulus check. You want to be cashing $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 checks because they're available for you under third stimulus. Viewers took that heed, and they've been going after this big money. So consider becoming a member so you get access to the information about how you can get all this big money, a lot more than a stimulus check that's available for you now under third stimulus. And let's go back to the big finale of the big shocking breaking news of fourth stimulus starting right now. There's two items of breaking news, one which is fascinating and the other one which is shocking. We were talking about the two paths since Thursday, recon and bipartisan. On Thursday, the president announced that there would be two paths. The recon that was already a path would have a spinoff, bipartisanship, and the bipartisan path would have roads and bridges. But all your stuff would stay in the original recon path. Fourth stimulus, checks, climate, CARES economy, checks for seniors, checks for adults, checks for families, all those checks are there. And that the two paths would go to a vote first in the Senate and then to the House. Yes, that's an inversion of third stimulus. It's the opposite direction. As we start Sunday morning, that has not changed. So what changed? I had told you that the president late Thursday said that if you send him only path 2 to his White House desk in the Oval Office by itself, if you only send him bipartisan and you throw recon by the wayside, he would veto bipartisan. He actually said the word veto. The president late yesterday issued a news statement saying, my apologies, I didn't mean to say I would veto the bipartisan. That so far is clear. Now let me show you how the next words are very carefully worded. The president does not state that the two paths are no longer linked or in tandem. Rather, what he says is that he hopes they stay linked and in tandem. Meaning he goes on to say that he has instructed Chuck Schumer to call them for a vote, to encourage Chuck Schumer to call them for a vote at the same time. What's going on here? Let me explain it very carefully because this is very, very elaborate and complicated. Are the two paths linked or are they not linked? Are they one going to be vetoed or is one not going to be vetoed? Here's what basically happened. The president late Thursday used the word veto, which puts the onus on him doing something. That if he only got one of the paths, he would veto it. He was under fire for it. He had to back it up and apologize. I won't veto anything. He did not back up anything from Chuck Schumer. He did not back up anything from Nancy Pelosi. And he did not say that I don't want them linked and I don't want them in tandem. Rather, he says, I hope they come both to me at the same time for me to sign them, both of them. And I've encouraged Chuck Schumer to call them for a vote at about the same time. So, what are you thinking and what am I thinking? Of course. Do you think Chuck Schumer is going to call Mitch McConnell's stuff first for a vote before Chuck Schumer's own stuff? Of course not. I mean, this is just sort of ridiculous. Do you think Chuck Schumer is going to call the bipartisan bill first before the recon? The recon he's been working for 6 months with the parliamentarian on and back and forth. Do you think he's going to call Mitch McConnell stuff first? Of course he's not. I mean, this is sort of silliness. Of course Chuck Schumer is going to protect your recon. But suddenly, your villainess from 2020 is your hero for 2021? Yes, she is. The Temple of Doom is now the Temple of Flowers because Nancy Pelosi, late Thursday, literally said, in her true Temple of Doom style, if you have the audacity to send me the bipartisan without the recon, I'm throwing it in the garbage. So she literally says, don't try that game with me. You are not going to try to throw away my recon. If you do, I'll throw away your stuff. So suddenly, your villainess from 2020 is your hero from 2021. She is protecting Fort Knox. She is protecting the fort like the president is and like Chuck Schumer is. Anything changed since yesterday, since Thursday? No. Only thing changed is the president had to walk back the quotes about the veto. So we're starting in the Senate, we're going to the House, and we're going to the president. Tandem, linked tandem, the messaging is very clear. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and the president are not going to let any of your money in the recon go by the wayside. They are not going to let the recon go by the wayside. They are, in fact, going to protect it like it's Fort Knox. And that incredible protection is because it's stuff for you and him in there. The president has his climate in there. The president has his electric vehicles in there. The president has his CARES economy, money for seniors and medicine for seniors, the social reform money, money for families, and Jalopal has your stimulus checks in there. Finally, Purple Power Push. Yes, I want to really applaud, and I'm probably going to refer to him a lot more in the next 24 hours, a viewer named WR. On noontime yesterday, Friday, WR jumped into the live chat. And what did he say? He followed my advice and he picked up the phone. He didn't use Twitter. He didn't use Facebook. He picked up the phone. And he called, who did he call? Senator Coons, Delaware Senator, Democrat, Joe Biden's oldest colleague. Spoke to his staff and professionally, in a respectful way, with a prepared idea of what he was going to say, made his pitch as a viewer why monthly stimulus checks are needed. Spoke to a staffer, didn't leave a voicemail, actually spoke to a staffer, had a very kind conversation, and the staffer responded back, yes, Senator Coons is working for a Senate multiple stimulus checks for you. That's from WR. Now, you're going to see how I'm going to quickly turn this from a positive to a double positive. I do not want you to hear that message and hold up your donut and put your feet up on the reclining chair. Because one viewer did the effort, you are not to put up the donut and start eating on it. You are to do the exact same thing that WR did. You're to call your Democratic senators and do the exact same thing that he did. Call up your Democratic senators. Talk to their staff. Don't leave a voicemail. Don't send them a letter in the mail that arrives in 5 weeks from now. Pick up the phone and call their staff and be professional. Think out why you think you are entitled to monthly stimulus checks. You're in debt. You don't have your job back. Your town is ravaged still by the pandemic. Businesses still closed. Whatever the reason is, make it very professional and well thought through before you pick up the phone. And express to them why you think you need multiple stimulus checks. If you don't have a Democratic senator, call up another state's Democratic senator. Call up Coons or call up Sanders or call up Warren because they want to hear from you. Imagine a video right now, let me jump into the live chat, that has currently 1,500 people in the room and 8,000 playbacks, but by the end of the day will be at upwards of maybe 50,000 views. Imagine if just the people in the room right today picked up the phone, 1,500 people, and called up 20 senators. Imagine the impact that would have. They would hear those messages. They need to send out stimulus checks. Don't be a donut guy. Don't have WR do all the work and have you just hold up the donut and say, when am I getting my check in July? You need to push. And also, of course, continue with social media. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Tag your elected officials. Also retweet. Meantime, join me next with Mornings Crypto, which starts 2 minutes after this video. A lot of breaking news. I have a lot of viewers who are making a lot of money. You could still make money in a down crypto market. Thank you for making yesterday's Money's Crypto our most watched ever. So join that. It starts in just 2 minutes right after this video is over. And then next, join me on noontime at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with breaking news across the board on that as well. But first, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video. It delivers a piñata. Or a tostada. Or, you know, what are we delivering? Piccata. Veal piccata. We're delivering veal piccata. And consider becoming a member. Membership links are in the top of the chat in the pinned comment, and they deliver to you daily from me a breakdown of all the money you can get in third and fourth stimulus. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful morning, and I'll see you in just 2 minutes from now on Mornings Crypto.